Lesson plan, K6 reading standard. Today's standard is determine the meaning of general, academic, and domain-specific words or phrases in a text or part of a text. So today we're going to be reading a story about, and we're going to be discussing the vocabulary. The story today is called Tim Wishes Twice. I'm going to read the story and ask questions as we go along. Tim realized it might be a bad day 2 minutes after he woke up. First, he stepped on his brother's spiky dinosaur sticking out from a pile of toys. Then he limped over to get his favorite pants, and there was a hideous stain where he had sat on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in his pocket. Does anybody know what hideous means? Yeah, something very ugly. Doesn't look nice, very ugly. Tim dressed and went to the kitchen. As he grabbed a juice bottle, the lid flew off and juice ended up exploding all over the table. Exploding. What does it mean for something to explode? Yeah, blows up. Goes all over the place, yeah. Makes a mess. His brother laughed. "Look," said Tim angrily, "if you didn't leave a mess, I wouldn't be in such a hurry." So after that first paragraph, do you think Tim's day will improve? Why or why not? Well, the story has just begun, so Tim's day will probably get worse before it gets better. "That's enough," said Tim's mom. "Let's not start the day with a battle." Anybody know what a battle is? Yeah, it's like a war, a fight. "I have to get to work. I shouldn't be late on the first day after being hired." What does it mean if someone's been hired? Yes, been given a job. You got a job. As Tim walked to school, his best friend Maria ran up to him. "Did you bring the picture of the Viking warrior for our project?" she asked. Another vocab word, warrior. Does anybody know what a warrior is? Yep, it's a fighter. Good. "I'm sorry, Maria. I forgot. I'm not having a great day," he admitted sadly. Maria refused to listen to him. Another vocab word, refused. What does it mean to refuse something? Yeah, he said no. He doesn't want to listen. Instead, she lectured him on being responsible, as did his teacher when he got to school. Let's compare Tim and Maria's attitudes about the school project. How are their attitudes alike or different? Yep, their attitudes are different. Maria wants to be responsible, but Tim blames his irresponsibility on having a bad day. At recess, Tim sat in the grass alone. Unexpectedly, he saw a four-leaf clover. What luck! He picked it, and, as anyone would do, he made a wish without thinking it through. "I wish I wouldn't be able to hear people talking to me." What can you tell about Tim's character as he makes his first wish? Yeah, he's careless. He didn't think about it. Okay, you should have been thinking about it. If you only have one wish, you got to make sure it's a good one. A few minutes later, Maria came over to him, moved her mouth and smiled, but he couldn't hear her. With no sound coming out, Maria's mouth looked immense. Another vocab word, immense. Anybody know what immense means? Yeah, huge. Her mouth was huge. Tim's heart began drumming. He noticed his palms were damp. Not being able to hear others made him feel invisible. What does it mean if you're invisible? Yep, like no one can see you. At lunch, he ran back to the grass. "I hope a second wish will rescue me," he thought. Rescue. rescue someone. Yeah, save them. Save them from something. He thought. He pulled the clover out of his pocket and wished. I wish I could hear people when they talk to me. As Tim walked back to class, Maria came running up and said, "Isn't it great that we have an extra day for our project?" Tim heard her. When Tim got home after school, he thought about what would have been a really smart wish, like wishing to be wealthy. If you're wealthy, what does it mean to be wealthy? Yeah, it means you have a lot of money, you're rich, you have a lot of possibilities with money. Yeah. He thought for a minute, then decided being rich might be more trouble than it's worth. He took the clover outside and put it in the grass for someone else to find. Okay, now class, I want you to take out your vocab cards. And the first word we are going to work on is rescue. Remember from the story, rescue means to save something, save someone from something. Let's read on your card. It says, in traditional fairy tales, princes often rescue or save young women in trouble. Does anyone else have a way they could use the word rescue? Good. Okay. The next word is hideous. Some tales feature a hideous ogre or extremely ugly character. What does it mean to be hideous? Remember, it's something ugly. Okay, can anyone think of another sentence using the word hideous? Good. Yeah, the scar on your face looks hideous. Good. Next word, exploding. Many fairy tale movies end with fireworks exploding in the sky. What does it mean to explode? It means it goes all over the place, right? Can anyone think of another sentence using the word exploding? Yeah, if you shake your pop and you open it up, it explodes all over the place and you have a mess. So you want to do that outside. The next word is battle. The hero of a tale sometimes must fight an enemy in a dangerous battle. What is a battle? Like a war. Can anyone think of another word for battle? Or use the word battle in another sentence? Sometimes, yeah, the two teams battled for the championship. Maybe in basketball or football or something like that. Good. The next word is wealthy. Some characters in fairy tales may be wealthy, while others may be very poor. What does it mean to be wealthy? Yeah, to be rich. Who can use the word wealthy in another sentence? Yeah, if you won the lottery, you would be wealthy. Good. Okay, next word, refused. The fairy tale princess has refused to marry the man chosen to wed her. What does it mean to be refused? Yeah, to say no. Good. Can anybody use refused in another sentence? You refuse to eat your lunch. Good. The next word is invisible. These heroes wish their capes could make them invisible or unable to be seen. Okay, if you're invisible, you can't be seen. Can anybody use invisible in another sentence? You want to be invisible when you take a test? Yeah, probably sometimes if you're not prepared for it. Good. The next word, hired. Long ago, storytellers were hired by kings and queens who paid them to entertain. What does it mean to be hired? Yeah, to get a job. Who can use hired in a sentence? Yeah, you got hired to mow the lawn. Very good. Usually when you get hired, immense. Fairy tales may be set in places of immense size, such as huge castles. What does it mean to be immense? Yes, very large. Okay, who can use a immense in another sentence? Okay, kind of like they did in the story. Yeah, they used immense. Her mouth got immense when she found out something during the story. Got huge. The last word is warrior. Some tales feature a strong, brave warrior who fights to protect the kingdom. What is a warrior? It's someone who fights, right? Who can use warrior in another sentence? The warriors fought the war. Yeah, that would be good. Okay. Any questions on those vocab words? Okay, because I'm going to have you review those every day this week, okay?